What is happening, everyone? Mattmade here. Before we jump into the review, I want to let you guys know that I received this key from Square Enix, so thanks Square Enix. But everything following is my honest and raw opinion of Boundless, so let's jump into the review. Boundless is an exploration sandbox game developed by Wonderstruck and published by Square Enix. It was released on September 11th for the PC and PS4. For my review, I played the PC version. Boundless has minimal story. When you first start the game, you awake at a sanctuary. There you start creating your character, and there are a few options from different styles of horns to different colors. Most of the options I feel are a bit generic, though running around looking like Majin Buu is always interesting. Aside from that, there is no real story or motive for you to move towards. You open up a portal to a planet, and then everything else is up to you. The world is open. You can start construction and building any way you like. There are objectives, however they are all optional, and how you tackle them is completely up to you. From building campfires to crafting better weapons, the world is yours to explore. The game feels like a cross between Minecraft and No Man's Sky. You have your basic building and resource gathering. Each resource is in blocks, which are suspiciously similar to Minecraft blocks. When broken, these resources can be collected and used to craft gear and weapons. The game does start you off with a rod. This rod was used to teleport you to the planet and is your first tool. You can use it to collect a number of resources, and it is fairly durable. It's pretty much a free tool that you can get and that you can recreate at any time if it breaks. This allows for you to never be out of a tool to harvest and mine for resources. Many of the in-game objects and resources give off that Minecraft feeling, which in and of itself is not a bad thing, but makes me think of why I would choose this game over Minecraft. Where the twist comes in is that once you harvest and build enough, you can start a camp, and if it becomes popular and is big enough, it can then become a settlement. Settlements are places where players can congregate and do things such as trading. Where it starts to be like No Man's Sky is when you gain the ability to go back to the sanctuary, as well as go to other planets and visit other settlements. You can farm for more resources and get things that you may not otherwise find on the planet you started on. This, combined with the fact that you can speak and trade with other players, really makes the world feel alive and lived in. The only issue that I have with this is that it takes a very long time to get to this point. 5 hours into the game and I had still not left my planet in search of other settlements. Sometimes you have to really search in order to find the resources to build and make everything you need. Occasionally, even digging deep into the earth to find rare materials like copper and coal. If you aren't deep into the exploration and survival genre, then this game will be tough going. One break it gives you in this regard is that instead of simply going at it alone, you can partner up with friends or strangers in order to build a settlement together and help one another. There were some impressive structures in the game, so if you have the patience and a knack for building, then there are all sorts of cool things that you can do. In order to start building cool structures and settlements, as well as weapons to hunt, you'll first need to start mining for resources. You'll start off with your trusty staff or scepter or stick, and then as you mine grass, foliage, soil, rocks, etc., you can then start crafting more specialized tools that will allow you to mine faster. All tools have a durability, and once that runs out, the tool will break. So you will want to make sure that you have enough tools on hand to get out of whatever situation you find yourself in. Visually, the game is fairly cartoony and blocky. The planets are bright and colorful with animals roaming around. It does go for more soft and childish visual, as many of the animals of the more peaceful worlds are small and docile. This lends itself well to the blocky world and makes things easy to discern. It may not be the most visually groundbreaking, but it really knows how to use what it has. The water is clear, the grass is vibrant, and resources like copper and coal are easy to tell apart. Visually, it definitely hits what it's aiming for. Gameplay is fairly deep. You'll spend most of your time in your inventory doing things like inventory management, checking out how many resources you have, seeing what you need, things like that. When you're not praying for more inventory space, you'll be out gathering materials and building up your home. Crafting, building, and hunting are pretty much all you'll be doing in this game, and then you'll be left to your creative wiles. And man, can you get really creative with this game. The building is really in depth and you can make some really fancy, blocky, and cool structures. You can do all of these things alone or with others. However, if you are the loner type, most things in Boundless are still relatively easy to accomplish, save for hunting more difficult monsters, which I haven't even gotten to do yet. Even if you're alone, you can build a large home and a large structure and still have people visit enough for it to start becoming a settlement. When people visit, you also get prestige, so your settlement can become more like a capital of the planet, and you can start building out the settlement to some sort of city, and from the city you can become the leader of the city. It's really socially structured and deep. There's also a sort of progression system in the game. By completing the optional objectives, which you would be doing anyway as you play the game, you get experience points and unlock skill points, which you can put into different areas and become more proficient in different things. A few of the things you become proficient in are crafting, weapons, you can up your endurance. There's a huge selection of options for you to put the skill points in, so the skill system can get really in depth and you can really tailor your character to how you play. Some of these skills allow you to build better tools, as well as be more efficient with your resources when melding things. You do get chests from completing objectives, however you can also buy them with the in-game currency, as well as with real money. Just thought that this was worth mentioning, given the current state of loot boxes and their public image. As you explore the world, you will run into other characters just existing, doing whatever they do. These are real players and you can trade with them out in the open, you can talk to them, you can work with them. There are many things you can do, and it's persistent online, so if you're on a planet and someone else is, you can run into them and inevitably you will. Boundless is a game where you make your own adventures and can either strike out alone or with friends. Either way, it is accessible and deep. Boundless does not have a deep story or give you any direction to go in, and that is the point. It throws you into a world where you must build and explore in order to thrive. You're given the tools to create and reshape the world however you want and into whatever you want. While it may be similar to games like Minecraft, the ability to just go casually meet people while hunting a monster or farming for resources gives it a nice and unique spin. The world is living and breathing, and there are many ways to enjoy it. But as always, this is not only a review but a conversation, and I would love to hear what you all think of Boundless. Does it seem interesting? Have you or would you play this game? What are your thoughts? And once again, a thanks goes out to Square Enix for giving me a review copy of Boundless. And don't forget, if you're a fan of gaming and if you love gaming, consider striking that subscribe button. This is Mattmade, and I will see you guys tomorrow.